This inquest, being held on Wednesday 23rd of January 1918 at Llandaff, seeks to establish the facts surrounding the death of the woman known as Madame Claire Darras. Please rise for the coroner, David Fellows.
Be seated.
Call John Trenchard.
Are you John Trenchard, pumpsman at the Ely sewage station?
That's me.
Tell us what you saw on Monday the 21st of January 1918, Mr. Trenchard.
Well, it was middle of the afternoon, see? And it was biting cold wind there was too. I had to fix a fence down the bottom of the racecourse. And meadow was all flooded down there, and there it was. I couldn't believe what I saw.
Couldn't believe what?
The body. Her body. Lying face down, edge of the Ely Brook. She was horrible, horrible.
Quite some distance from the road, I believe.
Yeah, I suppose so.
No paths in the vicinity.
No.
So how do you imagine she got there, Mr. Trenchard?
Well, how should I know? How should I know? Brought up on the high tide, I suppose.
Did you notice anything unusual about the body?
Indeed, I did. She was wearing the finest of clothing, like a princess. Blue. She had buttons on her sleeve and on her front. Silk chemise, embroidered with gold. Her corset, too, was embroidered with red roses. And there was a gold brooch with a diamond set in it. Miracle it was still there, I reckon. And then the police, or they reckon that she'd been there 3 or 4 days.
Thank you, Mr. Trenchard.
Call Police Sergeant Rees.
Now, Sergeant Rees, on the 21st of January 1918, you identified the body of Madame Claire Darras in the Cardiff mortuary.
I did.
How did you know this woman?
I was keeping her under surveillance, sir.
So, what did you learn of her?
She boarded the Bucharest at Archangel on November the 22nd, booked a passage to France, said her husband was a lieutenant in the French army.
And do you know her reason for being in South Wales, Sergeant?
She stopped for repairs, sir.
Madame Claire Darras, not the Bucharest.
No.
Yet you were keeping her under surveillance.
Yes, sir.
You don't seem to have done a very good job, Sergeant.
No, sir.
When did you last see her?
I observed her leaving the Bucharest on January the 7th. She took the train to Cardiff and gave us the slip, so to speak.
And is this all you know of her?
Yes, sir. Also, sir, I'm afraid the French consul confessed he could find no record of a Lieutenant Darras in the French army, or anywhere else. Said that in 1917 there was a Battle of Arras, and that the monastery there is dedicated to Saint Claire Darras. And the deceased might have taken this name in order to conceal her real identity.
I see. Anything else?
She appears to have made contact with a wireless operator in Cardiff.
A wireless operator?
Yes, sir.
This is somewhat strange, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
I see. Thank you, Sergeant.
We were informed that the French consulate would be meeting the cost of a small funeral.
And why do you think that was, Sergeant?
Well, sir, she was French.
Yes, Sergeant. Thank you.
Call Thomas Wright, Chief Mate of the Bucharest.
Mr. Wright, tell us what you know of Madame Claire Darras.
Not a lot, really. She kept herself to herself, so to speak.
But you visited her cabin regularly throughout your voyage. Did you notice anything unusual about her?
Well, her clothing, of course.
Her clothing?
Yes, sir. It was foreign.
Foreign? Can you say of what nationality?
Well, being as how she boarded an archangel and all, a Russian. Oh, and her hat was made in St. Petersburg.
Anything else?
Well, she was wearing an awful unusual amount of jewellery. I myself saw 5 rings, 2 gold brooches, and a gold chain. Oh, and a box.
A box?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do with this box?
Oh, I handed it over to the police, sir, yes.
And what was in this box?
Oh, I don't know, sir. Documents, I think.
And you have not seen this box since?
No, sir.
I see. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that concludes our business for today. My findings will appear in my report.
So, who was Madame Claire Darras? Do we have a Russian spy buried in Cathays, or a member of the Romanov dynasty? That would be something. Her handbag was discovered sometime later, with banknotes in it to the value of £200. But as to her identity, that remains a mystery.